Hey guys, this is Deni. As always, fall is awesome in terms of new stuff, Starfield, Assassin and all that. Even Spider-Man is new but only on PlayStation, but sooner or later they will bring it to PC like it was with the first part, so you just have to wait. Well, and to brighten up this wait, let's look at other games that came out already on the PC. Click on the like, click on subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and let's go! Do you miss adrenaline and dynamic gameplay? The perfect place to get it all? Good old Crossout. Tense battles, dozens of different vehicles, and hundreds of parts for their customization are waiting for you. You can make a powerful, bulletproof tank and destroy your enemies just by the look of it. Or make something smaller, but fast, and get in the back of unsuspecting enemies. In any case, Crossout is the best place to show everyone who is a real pro. Download the game at the link in the description. They added a little bit of survival games here, so let's start, perhaps, with them. More specifically, with Tribe Primitive Builder. You are a builder and a bit of an explorer. Your quest is to walk on a mysterious island where a dangerous volcano, mysterious characters, and mystical tribes are waiting for you. To survive, you need to plan everything in advance, what to eat, what to do, what to drink, and so on. Needs in general are there. Improve buildings, create a thriving village with the materials you find. Unlock new blueprints to create stronger buildings and discover new parts of the island. The only thing that is missing here is the ability to play in co-op because the game is for solo play, but you can develop a whole village and keep an eye on the inhabitants that will live there. Yes, you are not alone here. There is a whole tribe and will need to meet the needs of their tribe. In general, interesting, but in co-op would certainly be even more fun. I think everyone knows about Slender, so a few days ago EGS released a full-fledged, official reimagining of that very Slender. The developers made a completely new storyline, new characters, new graphics, and everything is also excellent in terms of replayability. Plot-wise here, Charlie's father, Matheson, experiences the worst nightmare. In the woods, and not only where walks the same tall man in a suit. In terms of horror and atmosphere, here everything is on the level and much better than in that game of 2012. In general, if you miss the yearly horror, you can try it. Make a crafting and open world shooter, maybe add zombies to it. What about base defense? All this is waiting for you in the game The Front. We will have to stop the growth of tyrannical empire, fighting with different enemies and factions. It will be necessary to build a base, equip the base with a large number of traps in the style of tower defense to protect it from enemies. There are a lot of cars because the world is big and move around it somehow need to, not on your own 2 feet, although of course you can and so, but it will take a long time. In general, cars can be crafted, as well as various systems and security circuits to create automated defense systems. Well, that is if you at one time in Minecraft High with the creation of various electrical networks and automation. Then here too, get pleasure. There will be raids on enemy camps and bases using various weapons, the ability to recruit NPCs and use their skills to improve the operation of bases and resource extraction, planting plants and cooking, and all this online. About co-op games, there's a new Endless Dungeon, and it fully justifies its name. You are waiting for roguelike C Endless Dungeons. It is also a little tactical role-playing game in the tower defense genre. The main goal of the game is to explore an abandoned space station and protect the crystal from enemies. We can play both solo and co-op, and our quest is to place turrets. These machines shoot in all directions to protect the fragile crystal. We can assemble our own squad of heroes with unique abilities and fighting style. And though you will die endlessly, considering that this is a roguelike, you will go into battle endlessly. Naturally, there is also an upgrade. Not that I'm a fan of racing of any kind, but nevertheless, many people love them. Here is one new representative of this junk. In the game, Hot Wheels Unleashed TM2, Turbocharged, you are waiting for more than 130 cars and various modifications, motorcycles, and ATVs. Each body with wheels can be improved through a special skill tree, which will affect its characteristics. This is cool, by the way, and in races in general is almost never found. In addition to simple races, you are waiting for various maps with jumps and other tricks, only to crash the fuck out. Add to that various game modes, including single-player campaign and online races. And naturally, as in Trackmania, you can create your own tracks with the help of Track Editor. Come on, there is even a storyline in which the city is attacked and we have to save it by participating in races and trials. All in all, it's not bad. But if you are more in favor of meditative gameplay without any races but with riddles, here Agatha Christie flew up. Murder on the Orient Express. Before you is a modernized version of the novel, which takes place in 2023. The new interpretation of the plot adds new details, twisting it and revealing it in a completely different way. The protagonist, the same Hercule Poirot, must sort out among the suspects, each of whom has his own motives and secrets, in order to find the killer. And what's more cool, you will be able to conduct a second investigation during flashbacks with a new character, Joanna Locke. Use Hercule Poirot's brilliant head, mental schemes, and deductions to solve the murder. You can play as both detectives, solve puzzles, examine scenes, and interrogate suspects to solve the murder mystery. If you like detectives, give it a try. You like Ghostbusters? If anything, there's something fun in that universe. It's basically a 4-on-1 hide and seek, where 4 ghost hunters race across the map and one other player chases ghosts and tries to hide and not get caught. As you progress in the game, pumping opens up. For both sides, you'll have unlocked jewelry and upgrades for the ghost hunters and for the ghosts too. Naturally, all this expands the possibilities in the game. If suddenly there are no friends and with random players to play with no desire, you can relag just with bots. They are also supported here. In general, the thing cool, well, and from the graphical side of the candy too. Speaking of graphics, Hellboy's out. I'm honestly not a fan of the red-horned man, but he definitely deserves respect. And taking into account that the game is stuffed with comic graphics, which I just like, it creates a different impression from the game. The art style of the game is indistinguishable from Mike Mignola's original masterpieces. Just like in the comics, Hellboy will have a whole series of unique adventures, and although each of them is completely independent, they all have something to do with the mysteries of the House of Butterflies. Gameplay with it's a Rogue-like action-adventure game. Looks pretty cool to me. Let's move temporarily away from Action and move towards a simple, at first glance, walking simulator, which hides under itself a normal, such a horror, if you play it more. The plot here, Jack Nelson, a 24-year-old firefighter, was transferred to a new location. While settling in the new place, he couldn't get rid of the feeling that something was wrong, and he didn't know yet what exactly was going on in Ironbark Park. Gameplay-wise, this is an episodic psychological horror game in which each episode is a short story told by survivors. I won't reveal strong plot details, but the story is really solid. Screamers, interesting plot, and essentially a whole new word in the long-established walking simulator genre. All in all, a great game. How about something strategic? In general, I propose to go, not for a long time, to space in the game Galactic Civilizations IV. Here we have the opportunity to explore the galaxy, learn new technologies, interact with alien civilizations, and even create our own galactic civilization. In the game, you need to lead your people to explore new worlds, build starships, and wage wars. The main quest of the game is to control the different worlds, both in height by combining colonies into several central worlds, and in width by developing lower class planets. Each galaxy is unique, and so are the inhabitants within it. There is room for diplomacy and for battles. In general, you can go wild. The main thing is that the space liked. Ooh, this is something unusual. It's a mixture of a 2D adventure and a visual novel. I'll run ahead. This is only the first chapter of the whole dark story. It is first of all free, and secondly, it will only cast a fishing rod into the whole happening. You, if anything, found yourself in a gloomy village populated solely by children. The small ones themselves are far unusual and as if they follow wild primitive instincts. We play as a young witch named Kerfel, and together with her sisters, she must perform a nightmarish ritual to save the village. The death of witches during the ritual is a common thing, but our girl is strong enough to defy death itself. Whether she survives or not is up to you and the decisions you make as the game progresses. There are a lot of characters, a lot of dialogues, and a lot of different difficult decisions. Well, and visually, the game is very beautiful to me. Welcome to the desert in the game Wizard with a Gun. It's a co-op sandbox RPG, and with a little bit of survival. We can solo or co-op travel through the desert, collect resources, create weapons and equipment for your wizard. It is important to think carefully about what you create. All because, in this game, crafting is something intangible if we can put it that way. We craft with magic and it can get out of control and burn everything to shit. Here we can customize our magic weapons in detail, combining different elements to create different effects of the shot. By the way, we can't avoid the desert. There are also tundras and forests, all of which are generated randomly. The main quest is to live as long as possible, and in co-op to do it really much more fun, especially when you experiment with combinations of spells and learn and practice how they interact with each other. Well, and graphically looks nice, which is also important, so that's kind of the end of it for today. I hope you found something interesting for yourself and therefore clicked on the like and subscribe too. Well, with you was as always Deni, and have a nice day.